Welcome, friends. Thank you for being here, and welcome to your mat and to your space and to your yoga practice. So let's just start as we are. We'll just bring the hands together at the heart, and let's create some space between the hands. So just keep the base of the palms together, the fingers together, and just a little bit of space there. And then closing your eyes, releasing your chin slightly, your jaw, your shoulders. And by bowing your chin, maybe you feel your breath moving into your open palms and space. And this mudra is Hridaya Mudra. This is the heart in front of the heart. And as you inhale, lengthen tall, lift your chin. Exhale as you are. And we'll just take a few deep breaths just to open the breath. So nice big breath in. Open your mouth, let it go. Just like that. Let's do that 2 more times. Big breath in. And last one. And we'll turn that into 3 ohms. Inhale. Gently bow your chin, press your palms together, spread your fingers, so open your hands as they're pressed together. You can even start to bring the hands down a little bit. We add a little bit of wrist stretch. So you push the hands together, drop the shoulders, lift your heart. You really anchor the pads of the fingers together. One more breath like that. Really press the hands, the finger pads, wrists. Good. And then interlace the fingers, flip the palms, take a big breath in, reach up. Move a little bit to one side as you breathe out. And then up and over to the other side. Good. Come on up. Good. Release the hands all the way down. Flutter your fingers. Touch the earth. Change the cross of your legs. And we'll just do that again. Bring the hands together. We'll anchor. So you spread, anchor the fingers, press the hands, the palms together, bring them down, and don't not letting the wrists come apart. So wherever that is, push in. Anchor the pads of the fingers, drop your shoulders, lift your heart. One more breath. Good. Opposite. Interlace the fingers, flip, reach up. Lean to the opposite side first. Extend, and then up. And over to the other side. Let's turn this into a side bend. So we'll just come up. Release the right hand down, turn the left palm to face your head, reach up, crescent over, and let's just flow this arm a little bit. So we'll just do these circles. You can have a bend in your elbow, let your hand move, whatever feels good, but feel this twist in the chest as you open out and you bring it in. Good. And we'll just do maybe a few more, just finding for yourself that space and place where you can stretch. Good. And last one, and we'll just end with the left arm up in the air, and then we'll just lift both arms up, come over to the other side. Good. And then crescent over, hang out, and then go ahead and start to move when it feels right and ready. Moving with your breath, rolling the chest. Opening that shoulder, moving your hand in whatever lovely way feels good. Just breathing. Good. Nice. And we'll just do maybe one more, and we'll end with this right arm over the head. Good. And then we'll come up. Let's lift both arms up, shoulder height apart. Just reach, look up. Good. Turn your palms as if you're holding something heavy, like you're pressing something up there. Good. Exhale, release your hands to the floor, stretch your legs out, move them around a little bit. Good. Okay. So let's start in child's pose, and we'll just make it comfortable. So you can take your blanket and put it down where your knees are going, and we'll bring the blocks forward. If you use blocks, like I kind of dig in the blocks lately. Just take the floor up, and you don't have to work differently than just not using the blocks. So I'll put the blocks there. Tops of the feet together, hips to heels, and go slow. So if you need a few moments to just be here and then slowly come down, then take your time. And lowering the head, let that be the last part. Just dropping in. Just feeling that, it's the first pose, like how the tops of the feet feel, your ankles, your legs. Just tune in to all of that, your knee joints, hip joints, everything in full flexion. Okay, a few more breaths here. Just melt yourself. Good. And then inhale, bring yourself up to your hands and your knees. And we'll tuck the toes under. We'll bring the knees underneath the hips, and we'll just take cat-cow. And as you move through your cat-cow, adding in the breath and spread hands, nice anchored fingers. Feel that this time, the cat and the cow are coming from the hips, or, from the tailbone. You could feel that the movement is being initiated by the tailbone, moving up, moving down, and the rest of the spine, head, shoulders, just move in line with that. So if it helps you to close your eyes and just really feel this movement. Good. Okay. And then come into your center. So feel what that is for you. Let's take the right hand in a little bit towards the midline. So it moves in a little bit to the left hand. Spread the fingers, and then reach the right arm up, open, and as you exhale, just thread that arm through without coming down, just reach. So we just open and close. Let's call it closing, just reaching underneath the left arm. Good. Okay, I'm going to change this a little bit from the movement we're very familiar with. Next time you reach up, see how it feels to take your hand to your head. If that's no good, you just go back. But if you're good here, and just flossing, we just kind of have made the shoulder joints a little bit more stable, and we've also made this a little more crunchy. Good. Okay, I'm going to release the hand. We're going to thread it all the way underneath the left arm, come down onto your left shoulder, your right shoulder and right temple. Good. Spreading the fingers of the right hand underneath, back of the hand to the floor. And then breathe here. You can shift your weight to the right. Good. So the toes are tucked under. I'm going to keep the right leg where it is and just stretch the left leg out. And I might even pulse it a little bit, floss the shoulder. The ankle is moving. So I'm just lifting and lowering the ankle, the heel a few times. Good. Okay, and then just come to rest. So that might be with the left leg extended still. Maybe you want to lift it up, or you just keep it down. Take 2 more breaths. I can reach maybe the left arm up in the air. And then release. And as you lift up, you're going to lift that right arm back up. Feel that opening. Okay, release. I'm going to sit on the tops of the feet for a moment. Just take a few moments in your breath. You can close your eyes. Feel your heart beating. Anything else you notice? Okay, let's take a nice big breath in like we did at the very beginning. Breathe out through your mouth. Move your wrists around if they need a little bit of movement or shaking. And then we'll come back and we'll do the second side. So tuck the toes under, find that place where I feel knees underneath the hips. Take the right hand this time in towards center. Spread your fingers and inhale, sweep the left arm up and take it under and through. So you're opening your chest and closing. Good. We'll just do a few of these. Notice for yourself how crunchy, and maybe we'll do this again at the end of class and see if things have changed. The next time your arm lifts, if you want to touch your back of your head, it's going to crunch it up. But you see how it goes. If it's no good, it's no good. Be kind and loving. I'll just do maybe one more. And then we'll sweep this arm underneath. Come down onto your left shoulder, left temple. And move the right arm. Anchor the back of the left hand. And feel your toes tucked under. You can lean a little bit to the left. And then take the right leg and stretch it out. And then feel free to floss it. So you just can rock front to back. The shoulders flossing, the head is lifting, and just moving. Good. Okay, then I'm going to settle. And then to settle, you can stay here. You can lift that leg. You can anchor the left hand. Maybe you lift the right arm. And you breathe and smile. Fall. It's okay. One more breath. And then we'll release. And you'll lift that left arm back up towards the sky. Feel what you've done already. Good. And then we'll come to sit. This time I'm going to sit on the tops, or on the toes tucked under. So be kind. Put your hands wherever you need. Breathe here. Feel heartbeat, feel body. Good. Okay. Groovy. Let's come back to hands and knees. And we'll just take child's pose again. This time I'm going to really make the knees nice and wide, tops of the feet to the floor. Take your hips to your heels, and then walk your hands out, lower your head as it feels right and ready. Take your time. Okay, again, still at the beginning of practice. So you're not looking to be in the deepest child's pose. Just to feel into the flexion of hips, knees, tops of the feet, ankles. Let's take one more breath. Good. Okay. And then we'll come up. And yogi's choice this time. You can sit for a moment or two, or we'll take downward facing dog. I'm going to use the blocks since I have them here. I'll put them on the lowest height. I'll place the heels of the hands on the edge of the block, and I wrap my fingers around the outside of the block. And if they're on your yoga mat, they shouldn't go anywhere. And then see what happens. This is kind of nice, if you're someone who knows you have shorter arms, then you just it's just lifting the floor up a little bit. I'm just going to press from my shoulders, the backs of the shoulders through the arms. Press the thighs back. Maybe I'll walk my feet back a little bit, make it a little longer. And take a few more breaths. Good. Okay, I'm going to start to walk your feet towards the front of your mat. You might flip your blocks to a higher height. And then we'll just take a forward fold here. And just drop in. Good. Just breathing. Good. Okay, feel your feet on the floor, comfortable distance. You're gonna start to bend your knees and sit down on your legs until you feel your head lift. And then once you hit that place, just take a big breath in. And as you breathe out, straighten your legs, fall in. Good. Let's just do that 2 times. So you bend your knees, lower your hips. You're gonna feel where the head lifts. Inhale. And exhale. Release that back down. Good. And last time. So inhale. And exhale. Good. Okay. Let's step the right foot between the blocks. And we'll take the left leg all the way back. And we'll come for a bendy lunge. So once you're back, you'll lower the left knee to the floor. And we'll just start with the front to back that we all love so much. And you can bring your blocks back if you need to. And lift and lower the sole of the foot. Good, okay. So the next time you come back, let's just hang out in the back. So you take the hips back, lift the toes up to the sky, breathe here. Good, okay, come forward. I'm just gonna face you for this part. So we'll come forward. Now we're gonna walk this right foot to the outside of the right block. So you can even just bring it here. So now we've opened it. I'm going to turn the foot out and we'll just come back again to this front to back. And we've just changed the angle of the hip. So I'm going to use this right knee. As I come forward, I might even drop it out and be on the outer edge of the foot and then come back. So I'll just move my block out of the way. So if you're not sure. Yes. Okay. All right. I'm going to come forward. We're all going to come forward, not just me. And then I'm going to drop this right knee out. I might be able to, be here. And now I'm just going to sway the hips. Here's where the blocks come in handy. If we can do this on the floor, but it's a very different angle. Here, the heart is lifted. I got a little bit more weight into the hips. Good. Okay, let's take it back. Let's bring the knees back. Let's sit on the tops of the feet for a moment. I might even keep the hands on the block, make this a little bit of a child's pose experience. With the hands on the blocks, the head might drop between the arms. That might be really awesome for you. Just a little extra neck stretch. Good. Okay, anchor your hands into your blocks. Come on up and let's just step the left foot forward. And then you'll see, maybe you can go longer. So you might walk the right leg back, find your place. And then we'll come to the rocking once you're settled. And just go nice and slow, like really feel. When I take the hips back, I stretch back, I get this nice stretch underneath the leg. And that might feel so good. Good. Okay, next time you come back, let's just hang out there for a breath or two. When you anchor the heel, pull back. Good. Okay, come forward. And then you can lift the left hand, walk the left foot outside of the block, turn it out, and then just come back to this front to back action. And once you kind of feel you've got it, then you can add that left knee dropping out. So it's a little bit of a version of a pigeon. If that works. Good. Okay. And then the next time we come forward, I'll just hang out here. Really flex the foot. I'm pulling the toes back. I'm dropping that knee. And at the same time, I'm very conscious of my torso. I'm not letting it hang. Shoulders aren't crunched up to the ears. Belly's in. Good. Okay. Bring it back. Knees together. Tuck your toes under. And then again, you might just come to sit or do this modified version of a child's pose. This time, toes tucked under. Hands are resting on the blocks. If the blocks tip forward, that's fine. Let the head go. Okay. All right, come forward. I'm going to put the blocks on their lowest height. We're going to take a downward facing dog. So blocks are optional for this, as you know. And we'll just take this. Good. Okay, now I'm gonna look at the space between the blocks. Now, because I have the blocks, my arms are a little higher. Maybe I can give a nice jump here. The feet are gonna come forward, we're gonna come to forward fold. But if you feel like, okay, just kind of get into your pounce, give a little jump, and then you can adjust your blocks, adjust your foot stance, and fold forward. Okay, so we're gonna do that same thing we did when we bend the knees, but I'm gonna use the arms this time. So here in this forward fold, just take your arms, reach up to the sky. Good, and then start to sit down in your legs. The arms come down, they just reach up, head lifts, and then we'll just release the arms back up to the sky, straighten your legs, bend the knees, take the arms in front of you, lift your head, and release, and last one. Good, and we'll come back, forward fold, arms lift, and then take your hands to the blocks, step the right foot in between the hands, take the left leg back, wiggle it. This time we'll keep the legs in this lunge, and we're gonna come up to warrior one. So begin by squeezing your thighs together and then press the left thigh back. Take your hands maybe to your hips or straight up to the sky. And you can sit down in your legs, maybe bounce or pulse. Take your belly in, reach your arms. One more breath. Good. Okay, I'm gonna lower the knee to the floor. If that works without taking your hands, do that. Good. Hands to the blocks. Straighten your right leg, take the hips back like we did. Okay, now I'm gonna keep the left hand on the block, reach the right arm straight up. Anchor the right heel. Good. Okay, now take the right hand down. Bring both blocks to face the side of you. And then you're just gonna go boop. So if you didn't see that, I'll do it again. Boop. You're just gonna boop it into a wide-legged forward fold. So you're here. Doop. Okay. Inhale. And then as you exhale, fold. You can use the blocks for your forearms if you like. Okay, so now make your legs a comfortable distance. So if they need to come closer, further away, and we're just gonna play with ankle flexion. No, you can get rid of the blocks if you like. So from here, I'm gonna roll onto the outer edge of the right foot, inner edge of the left foot, and then switch. You're just rolling your ankles. So, this is the time of year where we tend to roll our ankles and fall on the ice. Let's just do this a few times. And then anchor your feet to the floor and fold all the way down. So you can keep using the blocks if you like. You can ditch them. Release your head, anchor from the inner thighs to the outer thighs, and then down to the outer edge of your feet. Good. Okay, come on up and take the blocks. I'm just going to the other side. So I'm just going to walk them, turn the left foot or the right foot, and drop down. So whichever it is for you, you're here. Okay, then we're going to move the blocks. All right, we got to come up to Bendy Lunge. So you're welcome to lift the knee up here. Or if you want to challenge yourself, that's what I was going to say, is that the challenging thing is to come up and then lift the knee. So whichever way you want to do that is fine. Just bring yourself up into this warrior one. You can move, bounce, whatever you want to do. And squeeze into the midline. Inhale. Exhale. And this time, I'm going to lower the knee to the floor. Release the blocks. Stretch it back. Good. Okay, right hand's going to stay on the blocks. Left arm reaches up to the sky, so you're looking towards your straight leg. Breathe. Good. Okay, hands back to the blocks. Walk them around to the front. You know where you're going. Boop. You're just going to boop it. Okay, I'm going to take these blocks as wide as I can and then drop down Let your hands be here. Good. Okay, I'm going to leave the blocks where they are. Bring the hands to the floor. Turn your right foot so it's pointing straight. Yes, and now take your hands to your hips and come on up. Yeah, okay, we're going to go warrior two. So the arms are going to open, your right foot's pointing out to the right, left heel pops out slightly. Bend into your knee, open that knee out. Now take the left hand, drop it down. Right palm faces up and you reach up to the sky. And we're going to crescent over towards the back leg. Breathe. Okay, come up. Take your arms out to the side. Change your foot. So the left foot points out, right heel pops out, and then come into warrior two. Breathe here, adjust. You know, I walk my feet wider. This is what tends to happen. I'm going to take it back, drop the right arm, turn the left palm up, sweep up and over. Breathe. Good. Release. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. And then open your arms, come down, grab your blocks if you like, or just touch the earth. Fold down in between your legs. Breathe. Anchor your hands, lift your head and chest on your blocks or hands on the floor. You're going to really spread the fingers, anchor, take your right leg. You're going to step it right to the left. Boom. So the feet are touching. Yes. Good. Bring it back. And then take the left foot to the right. Boom. Okay, open. Both legs open. Walk your hands around to whatever the front of your mat is. Your blocks, we don't need them right now. And then we'll step back, downward facing dog. Okay, from this downward dog, I'm going to take it to plank. So if you want to have your knees on the floor, you know that is totally fine. Come forward, press your hands into the floor. Okay, take your left knee, drop it down. Turn your right foot so that the toes are pointing to the right, the foot is flat. Turn your left hand out slightly. Now lean onto that left hand, reach the right arm up. Okay, stay here or lift the right leg up. Flex through your foot. One more breath. Okay, and then leg down, hand down, step back, and maybe it's plank again. Good, smile. Right knee down. Left foot turns. Right toes tuck under. Right hand turns out slightly. Then you lean to the right. Lift that arm up. Be here or lift the leg up. Be here. Breathe. Great. Okay, come back. Step back plank. Downward dog. And child's pose. So as I do this child's pose, I'm going to bring the knees right together. Tops of the feet to the floor. You know, if you need to have your knees wider, all good. Lower your head to the floor. Breathe. Feel your heart beating, your breath. Good. Okay, so that is a version of Vashisthasana side plank. So we'll do another version of that. So we'll come back, maybe start in downward dog. And you know, I'm just going to show, I know a lot of us are having shoulder stuff. So downward dog, here's puppy. I just keep the knees on the floor. It really takes all the pressure off the shoulders a lot. So you can do that. Okay, then moving into plank. Yes, this time we're going to step that left foot halfway up the mat with the toes turned out. Turn your right foot now in. So the toes are pointing to the left and you're on the baby toe edge of your foot. You can even look at it. Turn the right hand out slightly, and you lean onto that right hand, lift the left arm up. You can even lift the hips. You know, it's a version of pigeon. You know, play a little bit, see what happens. One more breath. Okay, release. Step back, plank. Knees can be on the floor. I'll say it again. Okay, right foot halfway up the mat. Turn the toes out. Now turn your left foot so you're on the baby toe edge. Left hand turns out and you lean on that left arm, reach the right arm up. You can do the little hip dance. Good. And then come out. And let's just bring ourselves to lie on the floor and just give glory. So you can just pause, rest your forehead, feel your heart beating, your breath. Oh, let's take full pranam here. So you're lying on your, exactly as you are. You're just going to stretch your arms out in front of you, bring the palms together with the forehead resting on the floor, almost like a pencil dive. And then just release this full offering. Good. Okay. Stay as you are. Feel the tops of the feet onto the floor. Legs comfortable distance. We're just going to move into a baby cobra. So take your hands underneath your shoulders, lift the shoulders, draw the belly in, lift your head, back of the head straight up to the sky. And then lift your chest, take your hands off the floor, bring the elbows in. If you want to float the legs, you can float the legs. Breathe. Pull the chin in, stretch your fingers, stretch your toes. Okay, lower down and do nothing. If you want to turn your head to one direction, that's fine. Good. Okay, let's come into Cobra. So we'll say this is, we're going to lift up, take the hands, maybe they go back a little bit or they stay underneath the shoulders. Spread your fingers like we did at the very beginning. You pressed your hands in towards each other. And now lift your shoulders, lift your heart. Get the shoulders back, come up wherever your body says that's it. I'm going to take the heart back, belly back. Breathe. Oh, and lower down. Come back to your rest. If you had your head turned last time, turn your head the opposite way now. Good. Okay, let's stay as you are. Just anchor your hands, lift your head. Let's take the right forearm in front of you, like parallel to the front of your mat. Then wiggle till you get your legs right together. Tops of the feet on the floor. Let's bend the left leg and just roll the ankle. You can even let the leg move a little bit. Just be here, whatever that is, move that around. Good. Okay, and then bring your foot into its point. Feel your left hand on the floor. You're going to push into the floor. Lift the left shoulder. Maybe you lift the head and you look over. The right arm is really going to anchor. And then you lean to the right. Take that left hand, see if you can grab hold of your foot or your pants, or you just reach. If you have the foot, I'm going to turn it. So I bring the top of the hand to the top of the foot. I push the foot into the hand. Even as I draw the foot towards the hip, I'm going to turn my head to look straight. And then this shoulder, the left shoulder, I really want to lift it up. Breathe here. Okay, the left leg might be winging out to the left, the shin. That's fine. See if you can bring it back. One more breath. Release. Okay, rest into this rest. And feel the body. Maybe the left side feels a little heavier. Okay, and then we'll switch sides. So left forearm is on the floor, right hand is out to the side. You rock yourself, legs together. Good. And then anchor the left hand. Take the left shoulder back. Look over. Bend the leg. Oh, I forgot to move the foot. So do that. Move your foot, your shin a couple times. And then reach back so you can grab the foot. We're just going to draw this foot towards the hip. Tush. If you can turn your hand, lift the shoulder. And then I push foot and hand against each other. I turn my head back to look straight or look over towards the left a little bit. Notice if the right foot is winging out to the right. See if you can bring it back in. Lift the shoulder and release and rest. Let your feet flop. Breathe. Good. Okay. We're going to press ourselves up and back and just come to sitting any way that makes sense. And I just want to show you what we're going to do next. Sorry. Yoga is making my nose run, which is good. Okay. All right. So here's what we're going to do. I'm just going to show it super quick. Is that we'll come either into downward dog or hands and knees. I'm going to show it from down dog. I'm going to bring the knee in. Then I take it out and over. And I'm just going to figure 8 it. So I bring the across. So you can just kind of, I know we've done this before, but I'll just show. So that's what we're going to do. Fun, right? Okay. So yogi's choice, either from hands and knees or downward facing dog. You bring the legs right to touch or the knees to touch. And we'll start with lifting the left leg up. You can even look at your right leg. That kind of presses the thigh back. Okay, now bend the heel. Take the knee up to the sky and then bring that knee in and across over to the right side of your chest. Sweep it around. Don't worry if it's exactly a figure 8. Just move that around a few times. Good. Okay, extend the leg. Put it down. Good. Let's sit on the knees, tops of the feet for a moment. Just feel, let the heart come back. If you need to move your wrists, do that. Move your fingers. Okay, and then the second side. So your arms have had enough. You could even do a forearm dog. Nice, so either way, lift your right leg up. And then you bend the heel to the hip, open the knee out, and just kind of find your little dance here. It's opening and closing. I'm gonna do one more. Good. Okay, then come to rest, sitting or child's pose, whatever works. And one more breath. Good. Okay, groovy. All right, so from here, friends, I'm just gonna come into our last little bit, and that will be also from a side plank. So we'll do the same thing we did before. So we're gonna come into, let's start with hands and knees. And then, walk your knees back or hands forward. Maybe you stay here, you lift the knees up, come into your plank. Good. One more breath. Let the left knee come down. Turn the right foot so the toes are pointing to the right. Turn the left hand out. Reach the right arm up. Tuck the left toes under. Lift the right leg if that's where you're going. Then I'm going to take this right arm on top of the right leg. Bend the knee. Reach back so you can grab the foot. And then now we're going to open. I'm just going to press the leg back. Might even be on the baby toe edge. Good. Okay, release. However you did that, let's just be on your hands and knees. Wag your puppy tail. Happy puppies. Those sleeping. Okay, then stay here or move into your plank. Take 2 breaths. Really pushing the hands into the floor. Right knee down. Tuck the right toes under. Drop your left foot flat. Right hand turns out, and then we lean onto the right arm. Reach up. Take your belly in. Be here, stay here, or lift up. And then maybe that hand comes onto the thigh. Bend it, grab it, open. However you like, be here, whatever you're doing, you're smiling, right? This is so great, Joe. Okay, release. And we're gonna rest, however you wanna do that. I'm gonna open my knees super wide this time. Tops of the feet on the floor, and lay yourself down or support yourself. Give glory. Great. One more breath. All right. Okay, and then we'll come up. And guess what? We're gonna go onto our backs. So you can take that blanket you had for your knees now and place it in a place for your head. Let's keep our blocks handy so they're nearby. And then just come to give glory, lie down, however you like, legs out, feet on the floor. Just take a few moments. Just receive the support of the earth. Legs are working. No, not legs are not working. We feel the effects of the work. That's what I meant. Good. Okay. Well, we did all this leg stuff. So just exactly as you are, bring your right knee into your chest, interlace your fingers. So I have the left leg bent, but that's yogi's choice. It can be stretched straight. We're gonna go to half happy baby. So right arm's gonna hold, come to the inside of the leg, grab hold of the baby toe edge of the toes. If this works, you can keep a nice bend in your knee, and we'll just start to wave this side to side. So if your leg is bent, maybe it's easier. And let me see. No, both are good. So whichever one works for you, just wave this leg. Maybe it starts to go a little straighter, out to the side and out. Good. Okay. And then we're just going to come into stillness. Let's take a few breaths. Whatever you're doing with the left leg. Okay, we're gonna bend the left leg, everybody, so you can cross right ankle over left knee. We'll move to thread the needle, bring the left thigh in, hands behind the left thigh or on top of the left shin, depending on how open you feel here. Breathe. You might start to rock this a little bit, side to side, just massaging your back as you open into your hips, into the thigh. Good. Okay. Now, if your hands are on your shin, just take them to the thighs. We're going to straighten this left leg up to the sky. And you can flex into your feet a little bit. And notice as you do this, if the tail's really lifting off the floor. And that's okay. I'm just going to see, can you move this left leg back a little bit? So we have like most of the, feel the tail, maybe the sacrum on the floor, if that's possible. Good. Release your hands. Now we're going to bring this leg right in so that the low back will lift up. You can take the hands, interlace them behind the shin or grab your heel and lift your head up if you like. So you're just really stretching the low back a little bit as we lift up here. Good, let's take one more breath. And we're going to release into grabbing this left leg, right leg baby. So right hand to the right knee, left hand around the sole of the foot or over the ankle. Lower the left leg to the floor and always have it bent. And then we'll start to rock this right leg baby side to side. Okay, a little different than what we did a few moments ago because now we're pulling that foot down so the shin is parallel to your chest as best as you can. Good. Okay, and then bring the knee into your chest just the way we started. Melt yourself. Let's do that nice breath. One more. Okay, I'm going to release the leg, take the arms up and over your head. Let the backs of the hands rest on the floor, legs extended straight, and everything can just flop. Just breathe. Good. All right, let's bring the left knee in, opposite, interlace your fingers. Again, right leg straight out or bent, whichever one. If you need more support under your head, honor that. Good. Okay, we're gonna go to half happy baby-ish. So, left arm to the inside, grab hold of the baby toe edge of the foot, then move it into half happy baby, but we're just gonna rock it and wave it side to side. So right leg is rolling around, whether it's bent or straight. Good. Okay, I'm gonna add, as I do this, I'm gonna start to stretch the leg out in both directions. So it might go a little bit straighter-ish. You're just being a happy baby. It's playing. Remember when your babies discovered their hands and their feet? Good. Okay, and then just come into this rest here for a few breaths. And if your right leg is straight, just bend it so we can go to thread the needle. Cross ankle over knee. Bring the right thigh into your chest, hands behind the right thigh or on top of the right shin. You can rock side to side, front to back. Just explore, breathe, be. Good. And just do one more breath here. Then I'll release the hands, stretch the leg up. Hands go behind the thigh again, and I'm going to push the thigh into the hands. So I'm bringing as much of my back, sacrum, onto the floor. You can flex through your feet. And then I'll start to bring these legs in towards the chest. So the hands will release, take it over top, grab behind the right shin or the ankle, whatever you get. You can let your tail lift, your low back lift. Lift your head up if you like. Pull the legs in. Smile, breathe, and flex your feet. Good. And then release. Now, as you lower that right leg, catch hold of the left leg, baby. And you lower the right leg. So you hold onto this leg however you need to. So you can rock it in and out. And we're looking to get the shin parallel to the chest, but everything in good time. So whatever you're doing, you just smile and go, hey, I'm doing it. Like you're doing it. Nobody can make you do this. No pill, there's no anything, no prescription other than practice. Good, okay. Nice, and then we'll release, bring the knee back in. And then we'll extend the legs, arms over the head, just to take a few full body breaths. Good. Okay. Great. So from here, friends, I'm going to rock and roll a few times just to come up, just to set the blocks. So, and because rocking and rolling is just very good for your back, right? Good, if you like it. Okay. And then once you're up, I'm going to just place the blocks. Yeah, take your time. Rock and roll, rock and roll, rock and roll. And I'll just move the camera. Okay. So I'm just going to have the blocks hip distance apart. And I'm going to put the feet on the blocks and bring yourself back into lying down. You can see I brought my hips a little closer here. And so we'll lie down. I'm going to just use that edge of the block. Put your feet in there, flex your feet so that that edge of the block is just pushing into some part of your foot here. And you can walk it around and feel where's that sensitive place. And then you're just going to push the feet into the edge of the block. The hips can lift. They don't have to come up super high. I'm just really looking to get into the feet a little bit. Okay, so you can hold it there, breathe. Then you can lower the hips down. Maybe you bring your feet down a little bit or up a little bit. You can flex your toes and then you push into the blocks. Lift your hips a little bit. I'm still lifting my toes. I'm using the blocks to massage and get into the feet, and then lower the hips down. Now bring your feet right onto the blocks so that the heels are on the blocks. If you have very long feet, choose heels first, then the rest. Okay, just pause here. And bring your arms down by your sides. Spread your hands, adjust yourself. Know you're gonna lift up, but the feet are gonna stay flat on the blocks. And we anchor the shoulders, take the heart to the floor, belly to the floor, and then start to push into the feet, lift up. Okay, you might tuck your chin a little bit more. Be here. One more breath. And then lower slowly all the way down. Good. Okay, we're gonna do it one more time. This time, maybe you'll interlace your fingers underneath you and walk your arms closer towards each other. You see how it goes. So either you repeat what we just did, or you're gonna take the arms underneath. So I'm anchoring the shoulders, the hands, heart to the floor, belly to the floor. Feel your feet. Inhale and lift up, and then maybe take the hands, interlace them behind your back, and you walk the upper arms towards each other. And then anchor your arms, your hands, even if they're interlaced. Just press down, push the feet down, lengthen your tailbone to your knees. One more breath. Then release your arms if you've interlaced. Lower all the way down, push the blocks away a little bit so you can stretch the legs out, and maybe the calves are gonna rest on the blocks. Pardon me. And one more breath. And okay, so last pose before we move into Shavasana will be block underneath the sacrum. So you might just take your feet, grab a block, bring it in. You might move the other block out of the way. And then just find your place here, my friend, whatever height you like. We're just using this upside down. So the head is below the heart, the hips are higher than the heart, maybe depending on how high you have your block. And then just breathe here. You can even maybe pull your wings down, shoulder blades down a little bit, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm just gonna stay here. Maybe I'll rock the knees a little bit, just massage the back. Say this is the last pose, but here I am, and I just feel like I want to keep the right foot on the floor and take the left leg up to the sky. And then I might even extend the right leg out. I'm on the highest side of the block, so I can make an L with my legs comfortably. You might be able to do that too, or you just don't. Do whatever you like from here, because we're at the end of practice. And then I'll just change and take L with the right leg in the air and the left leg maybe extended. It's just fun. Good. Okay, and then friends, whenever you're ready, do whatever else you like. And the next pose is Shavasana. So you can come off the block, hug your knees in for a few moments, rock side to side, and then go ahead. And I'm just gonna rock and roll up to sitting, just so I can put on my socks and my sweater, all that stuff. Just make a very comfortable Shavasana. And I'll pull in my bolster. I think I'm actually gonna put the bolster along the length of the spine here. And take a Shavasana 2. And that's yogi's choice, you can do that or not, it's fine. If you like it, then you might even take a block, just kind of give a little elevation to the head. You could not do this and just lie down, it's all fine. Okay. So I have this little blanket that I was using for my head. I'm just gonna roll it into that little three roll we did last night. So just fold it in third and a third. And I'll just put that down. I'm going to rest my heels on that. So a little elevation. Okay. All right. So find your comfortable place. And you can just, Calgon, take me away. Good. Just dropping in. I hope you're comfortable and warm. Okay, just let yourself sink in. And if your body's still vibrating a lot, maybe you bring in that breath we did at the very beginning. You know, it's that getting into a warm bath on a cold night. Release. And that maybe brings you a little bit more deeply into your support, into the floor, and into this great invitation of rest. Nothing to do, nowhere to be, literally nowhere to be, no one to be, just be. Just be. Just releasing yourself more deeply anywhere you can. The back of the heart, the eyes, the back of your head. It's taking a few moments here to feel your breath. And to even listen to the sounds of your breath. And choosing to stay in your rest as we close out this practice. We're beginning to make little movements through the fingers, the toes, the ankles, the wrists. And stretch your arms over your head if you wish. Anchor. Extend your legs. Make any movements that feel right. You really honor this awakening. The person waking up here is not the same energy that came to the mat an hour or so ago. It's almost like you're welcoming this refreshed, reawakened part of yourself into your day. Whenever you come up to sitting, then just let's take this little mudra, or I'll just take one hand and make a little loose fist and just rest it into the other palm. Whichever one you do is fine. You probably did dominant hand, non-dominant on the bottom. Just feel here like you're holding your own cup. And that you have filled yourself in some way. Let's think of like replenishing the well. Can't let the well get dry. So just feel you've offered it to yourself, and then we'll just lift this up like you're taking a drink of whatever it is you've offered. And then you can bring the hands together in front of your heart. Take a big breath in. Release that breath. And we'll seal this. I'm just going to grab it. Hey. Okay, and we'll seal this with our May We Be Blessed mantra. Inhale. May we be blessed with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. May we be healthy and may we be happy. We'll seal that with one Om. Inhale. Bow your chin. Om Shanti. Om Peace. Om Namaste. Take a big breath in. Breathe into your hands. Catch your breath. Lift your chin. Open your eyes. Offer that to yourself. Great. And then we'll offer it out. I just like to do these like magic hands. Yeah. Great love. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Drink lots of water. Love you so much. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you. Bye, guys.